Hello everybody, this is Chris with the Ancient Scholar. This is just a quick video on the basic external characteristics of the PB840, and I'll take you through how to do a basic patient setup on the PB840. This video does assume that you have some basic knowledge of mechanical ventilation, and I don't go into advanced concepts. Okay, looking at the outside of the PB840, the Puritan Bennett 840, we'll zoom in a little bit. Can see the on-off switch here, most important switch. We have the inspiratory limb with the inspiratory HEPA filter. It goes to the heated wick cascade system. Following the inspiratory limb to the Y adapter. And you notice that there's a little red cap that fits on the end of the Y. We keep that cap off when we turn the ventilator on. Otherwise the ventilator will alarm and you'll have to turn it off and take the cap off again. We're now looking at the expiratory limb, goes to the expiratory filter. We'll move along to the back of the ventilator. You can see your compressed oxygen and compressed air connectors. Both go to the back of the ventilator. And the power cable, of course, is plugged into a red emergency outlet. Alright, so we'll move back around to the main interface of the ventilator. You can see the screen, the top part and the bottom part, which is the sandbox, and several buttons. The screen lock, alarm silence buttons, very important, and 100% oxygen, manual breath, inspiratory and expiratory hold buttons, and we have our dial. And of course you always want to hit the select button when changing. Okay, doing a new setup on the PB840, we assume that the SST has already been completed. We'll go ahead and select new patient and select the ideal body weight for that patient, the selector knob up and down. Once we select our body weight of 70 kilograms, you'll hit continue. You go into the new patient setup. We will go ahead and look at the different selections. We'll go ahead and select invasive mode because this is an intubated patient. Can select between assist control, spontaneous, bi-level, and SIMV. We'll keep this in assist control. We can go pressure control, or volume control plus. We'll keep this in volume control. We can do flow or pressure triggering. We'll keep this in flow triggering, and then we'll hit continue. Okay, from new patient setup, this brings me into my settings menu for the initial patient. You can see I'm in assist control, rate of 10. This is all volume control with flow triggering, and of course the ideal body weight is in there as well. So I can go ahead and select the rate. I can go up and down on the rate. This is a mandatory rate, and you can see my IDE ratio will change with the rate. I'm going to go ahead and set my tidal volume at 500. I'm going to increase the peak flow. I generally will take a 0 off of my tidal volume. Whatever's left over, I'll go with that. It's 50 liters a minute. I'm going to keep it on flow triggering. My FiO2 can either go up or down. I was at 100. I'm going to go ahead and select 60% for my FiO2 at this point. You can also see that I can go up or down on my PEEP. I'm just moving the wheel around to kind of show you how the PEEP can go up and down. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on 10 of PEEP and then hit accept. I'm good with those settings. So now you can see my settings on the top there. Assist control, volume control. Those are the settings I've already put in. And then down below, or up above rather, all my graphics will be up there. And then down below here in the sandbox, it brings me to my apnea setup. This is where I can set up my apnea parameters. Generally it's going to default to 20 seconds. I'll have some settings in volume control, rated 10, tidal volume of about 510. I can go ahead and change all those settings to whatever I want. Okay, the last tab we need to select will include the alarm settings. In the sandbox, alarm settings will come up starting from the right, or starting from the left rather, going to the right. You have your high peak pressure alarm. Then to the right of that you have your high frequency or rate alarm. To the right of that, this will be the third one in, I'm pointing at there. That will be the high and low minute ventilation alarm, and then the last two on the right are my volume, or tidal volume alarms. Okay, this concludes the basic setup of the Puritan Bennett 840, setting up for a new patient.
Again, I just want to emphasize that I haven't covered advanced concepts such as the square versus ramp waveform and so on. Thank you.